Good morning. Good morning. Hope everyone is doing well. Apologize for not being able to go live on the stream URL I created earlier. Tech issues this morning. Anyway, it is March the 12th here in the Kingdom of Thailand. Review the stream here. Okay, stream looks good. It is 6:32 on Saturday, March the 12th. Very hot in Thailand. Hot season is here. Just having some coffee this morning, guys. My apologies for not being able to go to live on the URL that I created earlier. Little technical snafu there. Basically just had to start another live stream on a new URL. Got 4 people watching. We've only been streaming for 50 seconds, so some people are finding the new URL here. Oh, appreciate the thumbs up. Kumiko, good morning, Kumiko. How are you? Well, Kumiko, if you found the stream, I'm sure others will find the stream as well. Back this thing up here. Sit down and visit with you guys a little bit. It's been a while since we've been live. Everything is okay, Kumiko. Thanks for asking. I am starting to come back from the dead. I actually feel pretty good. Had a really good day yesterday, so I'd say I'm pretty close to normal. But guys, that Omicron, which is what I'm assuming I had, I didn't actually get the variant test done to see which variant I had, but predominantly Omicron here in Thailand, and they are at a big surge point. I don't think they've quite hit the peak yet, 20,000 or a little bit more positive PCR tests daily. So yeah, assuming that I had Omicron. I didn't have any breathing issues or anything like that, but it was a really serious, hardcore flu. Now I never felt like I needed to go to the doctor or anything like that. It was just, what you would normally do when you get a bad case of the flu: stay home, drink lots of water, eat chicken soup, blah blah blah. Right? Take some meds for the symptoms. So that went on for about a solid 7 days. I was sick. Definitely sick. And then I came back and all my symptoms were gone. And Blackie, inside. Inside. Come on. Inside. Come on. Inside. Hang on just a second, guys. Talk to you. Good morning. Inside. Come on. Come on, have to go. Inside, Jake. But anyway, after I recovered from all the flu symptoms, and thought I was, pretty much over it. Had about one good day, and then I got slammed with some really serious vertigo. Bye-bye.
Morning, ka.
I'm going to work. Saturday. Okay. I'll be coming soon. Have a good day. Be careful. Anyway, guys, yeah, I dealt with that vertigo problem for another week, and got some medication from the doctor to kind of help with that, and been taking that for a week or so and starting to feel better. Still a little lightheaded, but no vertigo. The world's not spinning quickly. Of course, the world's still spinning. But yeah, man, I feel like I'm, you know, almost 100%. And was out all day yesterday, visited with customers at the restaurant that I haven't seen in a long time. So everything seems to be kind of back to normal, and thought I'd go ahead and do a live stream for the audience, because they like to check in on everybody. Sometimes this live streams on this channel is all about the chat and the people coming in that maybe haven't chatted directly with each other for a while. Bye bye. Be careful. I'll see you soon. So anyway, guys, yeah, I just thought I'd go live for a little bit, not real long, maybe a half hour or something this morning. Sit down and visit with you guys, answer any questions that anybody might have, that kind of thing. Real cloudy, humid, muggy, hot weather in Thailand. I mean, I'm sweating. I'm sweating already. All right, sorry guys. Hey, there's Jeff Johnson and Sue Rowan. Ah, thanks for the link, Jeff. Yeah, I created the live stream in advance to kind of give some people some notice, and then I went on the computer and saw that I had the upcoming stream and everything was set. And then when I tried to find that, we're streaming on the GoPro camera, so when I tried to find it, the GoPro camera, I couldn't, it wouldn't find it. I just had to create another URL. So anyway, at least I kind of got some notice that I was going to go live. The ideal situation is to go live on the URL that I already created, but technical snafu. If I do that on the phone, there's no problem. I can always enter the same URL on the phone, all right? But when you power up the GoPro and then you have to find the URL on the GoPro app on the phone, right? And I just couldn't find it. It wasn't saved in the GoPro app. So anyway, hope you guys are doing good. Sue Rowan says, I am back. Boom. Everybody back in the house, kind of checking out what's going on. Jeff put up Kumiko's link, guys. Go check out that channel. Yeah, are you still in Serbia? Birds are singing this morning. But as far as update on business here in Rayong, for those of you that do follow the CCSA briefings in English, they always put out a short summary of the results of their recent meetings. So they got a real long version in their native Thai language. And then they put out a summary in English, and a lot of you follow that kind of. It's kind of like straight from the horse's mouth what's going on with restrictions and whatnot in Thailand, because the CCSA rules the day, right? They basically are the only institution that would be able to rezone, rezoning, take an orange zone from a yellow zone, XYZ, right? So we're still orange zone here, which, you know, it's not just the dine-in alcohol ban. You can find it online if you look up the zoning restrictions in Thailand, and as far as I know, there are no more red zones. At one time there was red zones, which was maximum strict control measures, and then it lists all of the things that aren't allowed in a red zone. I think those are all gone. I think the most severe restrictions are the orange zones, which we are here in Rayong. But you can look at a list of things that aren't allowed in an orange zone. So, large group gatherings, all the different stuff, dine-in alcohol, billiards, for example, playing pool is not allowed technically in an orange zone, right? I don't want you sharing pool cues and all that, right? So it's basically, I would think that the orange zone currently is the max restrictions that can be applied by the CCSA. Now, the governors have autonomy, and each governor can do different things in addition to. They can't do less than, right? But they can have additional restrictions that aren't imposed by the CCSA. The way I understand it here at Rayong, and as I've followed this for over 2 years, the governor of Rayong is very pro-business, and he kind of battled with the CCSA when Rayong was put in the dark red zone the last time, a few months back. So he was totally against that. He made his argument about closing businesses and all that. So I don't really think that our governor has the authority to do anything. He would probably, I'm sure he's probably arguing for Rayong to be classified into a yellow zone. Now, there's a lot of yellow zones in Thailand now, and they have a lot less restrictions, and they are also able to have dine-in alcohol, right? So basically, bottom line, guys, the last CCSA briefing that I watched a few days ago, it might have been Tuesday's briefing or something, but they came out in plain English and said that Thailand is not going to move to an endemic phase until July at the earliest. Now, what does that mean? I think everybody knows that endemic means you basically get rid of all pandemic restrictions. You're not trying to manage a pandemic anymore, and you just deal with it endemic like you do the flu or various different other illnesses, right? It's a problem, but it's endemic, and there's really no need to have restrictions, wear masks, and all these other things, right? So when they said July, I literally about fell over. I'm like, that's 4 months from now, guys. And to me, it basically meant that the probability of our nightclub opening is 0. I think that July would be the earliest. I think we're going to have to move to an endemic phase before they're going to allow nightlife. One has to take into consideration, although we do have a food and beverage license, and we are a licensed restaurant, we also have an entertainment license for music and karaoke, right? So we are in the category of entertainment when we open up at night. So you can't just hide behind the fact that you're a restaurant and do everything you want to do in the entertainment, nightlife, right, business. So I just don't think they're going to allow the regular nightlife business outside of the blue zones, which the blue zones do have some nightlife business going on, and that's great. But I don't think it's, there's going to be any change until they move to the endemic phase. And for them to come out and say July, I was like, okay. So, my wife and I met with Nina and Noi, and we're just like, look, guys, let's just forget about, quit holding on to hope that maybe next month we'll be able to open at night, because that's a pretty bold statement when they said endemic in July. And now it might be possible that there's a rezoning structure of Rayong province prior to that, but I definitely wouldn't be betting on that. I would be expecting no major change until Thailand does move to the endemic phase. So, and again, the English summary briefings of the CCSA is a small piece because the full briefing is in their native language, but they do give you, the main topics of the meeting that was recently held, and that was a decision that had been made, endemic by July. Obviously, doesn't matter whether I agree with it or not, that's what we're looking at. So I talked to the landlord, the wonderful family that we rent the property from, and said, look, all we're going to have is the breakfast restaurant for another 4 or 5 months. That's pretty obvious. And for those of you that don't know, we haven't had a nightclub in almost a year. It was April 2021 that we got shut down with the alcohol ban. So almost a year, and we're looking at another 4 or 5 months. that's the reality of the situation. So a breakfast restaurant has been a hit. It's very popular, not just with Farong for the American breakfast, but they do a great job on their Thai food. The Kanom Chin, which you guys know about, is very popular. So, you know, we're well known in our area. We've got a broad customer base here. So, you know, we couldn't ask for any better. But at the same time, there's no possible way we can continue to carry the business and be profitable and have a long-term assurance that the business is here to stay with just a breakfast restaurant, right? That wasn't the idea. The 90% of the business is about the nightlife, right? And we're very family friendly, nightclub, live music, no TVs, integrated with Thai and foreigners. Really, really good business design. And it, you know, you guys can look back on some of the older videos when we were open at night. It's very successful. And you know, even if you only have big Friday and Saturday nights, right? So maybe twice a month you got live bands, Friday and Saturday night, all you can eat barbecue, boom, right? Even if that's basically the majority of your business at the nightclub, that pays for everything, right? You could take one weekend, Friday and Saturday night, and have 50,000 baht worth of check bins. We've done it before, right? Pretty much covers the expenses for the month, right? And so then you add in the breakfast that we got going on. It's not really that important that the breakfast create profits, but it's another draw, right? It's another draw. The customers come stay the weekend, party and dance all night, and maybe you get them in the next morning for breakfast, right? So that's basically the structure design of the business. So basically, without the nightclub, we're just kind of spinning our wheels. But at the same time, we've been successful enough that it's not a large expense for me to keep the breakfast restaurant going. It's definitely not profitable. I mean, it's just without the nightclub, you know, and I don't want to restructure, create a lunch menu, create a dinner menu. We just want to be what we want to be, right? A nightclub, great appetizers, cocktails, cold beer, live music, right? Billiards and darts, right? Entertainment, right? Social nightlife, dinner specials with appetizers. We don't want to create a dinner menu. That's not what we want to do, right? Plus, it's a lot more work, right? So we had a good structured mind for the nightclub, and then the breakfast was just an add-on, you know? So you might say, you know, 10% of the business was to have a breakfast restaurant. And originally, we were open 7 to noon for breakfast. That was it, right? Because we come back in at 5 o'clock and get ready to open at 6 o'clock at night, right? So we were kind of working split shift. Worked out good with keeping the small staff that we have, right? And then later, if things grew and expanded, then you could add more staff and maybe go ahead and do a lunch or something at that point. But nevertheless, 90% of our business has been closed for almost a year, and it looks like that's going to continue till July. So, you know, one thing about the announcement, I've never heard them project that far into the future, really. And one could conclude that just because Thailand's not going to move to the endemic phase, maybe there's a possibility that nightlife will come back to some degree before that. But I would conclude the opposite. I would say when they announce that far ahead of time, they're not going to move to an endemic phase no earlier than July, then most likely there's not going to be any big nightlife where you can promote a big grand reopening. You can have a big barbecue and live band nights and stuff. You know, I don't think that's going to happen for another several months. So, talking with the property owner and explaining to her the situation, she's really going out of her way to help us. I thought about possibility to go ahead and mothball the breakfast restaurant, just shove everything inside, close it down, lock it up, keep everything in storage. Of course, I would keep the electric and the water on. Nam Yin and I would go daily, of course, to make sure Brownie and Dan and all that, right? But basically make a deal with the owner, to pay her a lump sum for 3 months worth of storage. And then if we got noticed that the dining and alcohol was back and we could reopen the nightclub, we would be reopening the nightclub and the breakfast at the same time, right? Everything's there, everything's ready to go. So this was kind of my thinking, not that it's necessary that we do that, right? We're not in financial hardship or anything like that, but it's just kind of a rational way. Well, look, I mean, if Thailand is not going to allow these businesses to promote and legally make profits with the nightlife, then let's just mothball. Let's just put everything on pause for a few months. But talked to the property owners. She made us a great deal, knock off 50% of our rents. So, and she said, you know, we could do that for a year. I mean, she was just so opposed to us mothballing because she's very well known in the area. Her family's been here for several generations. She hears about our restaurant from people all over, right? So she was like, you know, there's so many people that say, man, you finally, you know, you've got a great restaurant on your property, right? The open mic, blah, 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 right? So, great. Forget the mothball. We're just going to keep doing what we're doing with the breakfast. We're cutting expenses on the rent, effective immediately. We've got other expenses that we can trim here and there, and just keep functioning as a breakfast restaurant. And because obviously Nina started crying about the whole temporary closure for 3 months, although Nina and Noe both would be eligible for unemployment because we pay their Social Security tax every month, right? So they would be eligible for government assistance, but I think it's only like 5,000 baht a month or so. So it definitely wouldn't replace their salary. But anyway, I just wanted to update you guys. That's where we're at now. No changes. We're going to keep, 7 to 3 p.m. You know, I'm not excited about trying to add some lunch menu or anything, guys, because the economy is so suppressed. Gasoline, I did the conversion yesterday. I filled up my big Kawasaki. It was bone dry. And I filled it up. It's basically 4-gallon tank. Yeah, that's right. And it was, and then I did conversion from liter to gallon, and conversion from baht to dollars. Gas right now, and this is 91% octane. So this is the lowest grade of regular that you can get. $4.50 a gallon is how it worked out on filling up my bike yesterday. $4.50 a gallon here in Thailand. So. And obviously it's going up. Food prices are still going up, especially certain commodities are going up. So, you know, it's just a lot of uncertainty. And so we got a great group of regulars that come for breakfast, right? Maybe not every day, but real frequent, right? And they bring new friends, and we are getting some new arrivals and stuff. But to expect those same customers to turn around and come back again for lunch, you know, it's just like, you know, I just don't see a need to try to do more. Number one, you're going to have more expenses. You know, let's just say we created a lunch menu of Subway sandwiches and salads and stuff like that. Well, it's a whole nother thing that we're not doing now, right? So that's more labor, more products, you got to buy all that. And to me, it just doesn't make any sense because of the current situation with the economy more than anything else, right? So, and then there are a lot of our Thai customers, and we hear this from other area businesses too. They're pretty scared. The fear level is really high in Thailand. It's ironic that it's been 2 years, and this Omicron wave, I guess, is the less severe variant, but the numbers are as high as they've ever been in Thailand, and unfortunately, the fatalities are still running pretty high. So. Although the weaker variant is, I guess, good news in a lot of ways, when you look at just strictly the numbers in Thailand, it's pretty fearful. So a lot of people are just, you know, not going to go out for various different reasons. Maybe one of them is exposure. They don't want to take a chance on getting Omicron, right? And the other one is, gas prices, food prices, everything through the roof, so they're going to save their money. So there's just no potential for growth or expansion in the restaurant business that I see it in anywhere that we go. I mean, I think every restaurant is struggling, right? The whole thing is the adult beverages and nightlife. There's a big pent-up demand for that. I know as soon as we reopen our nightclub, we're going to be in great shape. And then we got long staying power. You can promote, you can invest and do more things with the building, put up signs. A lot of things you can do when we got both ends of the business going. I just refuse to do anything other than just keep the breakfast going, consistent, high quality breakfast, right? And that's really, like I say, we're kind of spinning our wheels even doing that, because without the reemergence of nightlife and, you know, being legal to party again, large groups, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, it's just, so anyway, you guys are up to date, have no intentions of mothballing or anything, now that we've kind of cut expenses and came to an agreement, but, you know, we'll just see where it goes. I mean, if it's another 8-9 months before the nightclub comes back, then I may have to revisit the issue of what are we going to do? Are we just going to keep going with this breakfast restaurant, right? So I think you guys get it, but we're internally optimistic, and if we end up mothballing or closing or whatever, it's to no fault of our own. I mean, the staff has done superb. You know, the training, everything. I mean, everything's consistent. There's nothing more we could have done, you know, and that's just the way it is. But I don't expect us to close unless it's just a prolonged period of no nightlife, or, you know, the economic situation turns even worse with the price of food and gas and everything, you know. So you never say never, but just rest assured we'll be here for the breakfast restaurant for another, you know, 4, 5, 6 months, hoping that we'll get the nightclub back. So anyway, I've been ignoring you guys, but because I felt normal again today, I really wanted to kind of give you an update what's going on. So, I mean, it's the Open Mic Phala Thailand YouTube channel. We have the Open Mic Phala Bar and Grill Plus Breakfast. You guys are a big part of it. All of your support, your encouragement, we really appreciate it. And we know, you know, we've had a lot of customers come in that just, you know, seen us on the YouTube channel. So it does contribute to actual tangible, you know, business too here. So, we appreciate it, and now you know, right? And if the decision would have been made to mothball, I would have told you that too, right? And but that's not what we're doing. We're going to keep going to where we're going. We've got some lower expenses, so here we go. All right, let me catch up with you guys real quick, and then we'll close this out. Ignoring the chat for a long time. Okay, yeah, here we go. All right. How long was I sick? Kumiko asked. A total of 1 week, 7 days with flu symptoms, and then, you know, I basically got over the symptoms. I was testing negative for 3 days in a row. I tested positive for 7 days in a row. There was definitively, I had COVID, whether I had Omicron or who knows, right? But I had it. My wife had it before I did. She had mild symptoms and tested negative after 3 days. Me, I had severe symptoms. It took 7 days before I got my negative test. And then I kind of, you know, I didn't have a cold. I didn't have a sore throat, you know, didn't have any fever. I was not sick. And then boom, I got hit with vertigo, which was very unsettling. And that went on for like another 7 days. So a total of 2 weeks, Kumiko, that COVID and post-COVID. I've been basically at the house for 2 weeks, which I don't like to do, but you got to listen to your body. Thanks for that. Do you guys have community Discord? What's up, or something for the group? Community Discord. That's what we do in the live chat, Kumiko. Ed Gilchrist in the house. Good morning, Ed. Cheers to Kentucky. Thank you for all your comments, Ed. Kumiko left in September, moving to Thailand finally. Ed, congratulations, Kumiko. Ooh, cold. So tired of cold weather. Don't blame you. Oh, here I go with my big fingers. Let's Explore Bangkok 2023. Good morning. Hey, good morning, Let's Explore Bangkok. That sounds like a good account name. Do you have a channel? Having lived in Bon Chong, I can imagine what it's been like there. Bon Chong is, for me, the perfect size of a city. It's a city, and we just got a brand new mall just opened, guys. So look forward to a video vlog coming up on the new Robinson Mall. Really awesome. It's open. We got a cinema, got English soundtrack. Big deal for Bon Chong. We didn't have a mall. We had the Tesco Lotus Mall, which is a 3-story, and it's got, kiosk and KFC and a lot of different stuff besides a Tesco grocery store. But now we have the Robinson Mall. There's so many new things. new things in Ban Chang, new hotels, new mall, new housing, a lot of potential. Ban Chang is definitely a great city to consider for expat life, I think. Thanks for coming in. Let's explore Bangkok. I used to live about 5 minutes away from the Strip. Okay, Soy Bar, awesome. We're in Phala, which I'm sure you know. Phala sub-district is south of the city, right? As you approach the beaches, we're in the Phala sub-district of Ban Chang City. So from here to house, it's maybe 6 minutes to Soy Bar. So probably about the same distance that you were from the Strip. Tom, you are still teacher in Thailand, some school. I'm not teaching anymore. I was a teacher 2 years at a government high school, sophomore, juniors, and seniors, teaching conversational English, no textbook. And then from there, I went to the Royal Thai Army Academy, CRMA, and I taught 2 years there in the same platform, only obviously it was university level, English second language, not university level English first language, okay? University level English second language, same situation. No textbook, conversational English, and those Army cadets have, my former students have graduated, and they're all officers in the Royal Thai Army. I communicate with them all the time. Many of them are in special forces, so they send me stuff that I can't share with anybody because it's secret training and stuff. They work alongside the American Green Berets and other special forces units here in Thailand, and nobody's ever allowed to know when U.S. Special Forces are deployed in Thailand or what time they're here, where they are, right? It's all secret stuff. But yeah, I got a great relationship with my former cadets, and I do miss teaching English. And then I taught English online for 3 years. I was also an English online teacher trainer. So I was training people to teach English online. That was to Chinese students. But I mean, I'm still a teacher because I taught the staff how to cook American breakfast. That's not easy to do, right? For Thai people to cook homemade American breakfast. So you know, it's still a form of teaching. It may not be language. And then the service skills, the Western standard of customer service, right? So technically, I'm still a teacher. I don't think I'll ever stop teaching or learning, right? In order to be a good teacher, you got to be a great learner. But thanks for the question. I do miss my cadets, and I could go back there anytime and teach the elective English course, right? So full 3-credit course for only 4th year cadets. That job's available to me, right? But, you know, with the whole situation that we have with continued micromanagement of a pandemic, things have got to return to normal before. But I would like to still be involved with the Royal Thai Army Academy, and I still communicate with the colonel, the director of the academy, all the time. But my big connection is with cadets that have graduated. They're Royal Thai officers, right, in the Army. They're second lieutenant or first lieutenants now too, as well. So, and that's my big connection. We chat all the time, several of them, and I miss it. I miss it very much. Yeah, good landlord, Sue. Thank you very much. Great family, and they did not even want to think about seeing a mothball closing, right? It's because, and she was just really honest. She hears from so many people. This is her property. When we made this deal with her, she was all about bringing people to her property because she got a lot more properties, right? That they would like to, you know, people to invest or whatever. So, you know, for them, it's not about just us paying her rent. It's about bringing people to her property. So she's got a great reputation on her property of this very popular restaurant. So yeah, she was definitely opposed to mothballing, and she wanted to help, and she did. So $4.35 here. Okay. Well, see, it's more expensive for gasoline currently per gallon in Thailand, in Ban Chang, than it is in Indiana. Now, I'm sure the islands, Koh Samet and Koh Samui and probably even Bangkok are higher than what the gas is here in Ban Chang. I mean, after all, we are right next to the oil refineries, right, in Moptaput. So anyway, crazy. Always, you know, I just dispelled, you know, doing the conversion from liter to gallon and figuring out exactly what it was. But at this point, I was like, I used to fill up my motorcycle for around 320 baht when it was bone dry. And it was 560 something baht to fill up the motorcycle. I'm like, holy crap, almost double what I normally pay, and I don't know how quickly this has happened. So I'm like, well, I need to do this conversion. $4.50, guys, per gallon. That's the way it worked out. And the math was spot on, right? Liter to gallon, baht to dollar. There you go, $4.50. Crazy. It's very expensive in the UK. Oh, I can imagine. Oh, cheers to the UK. Thanks for coming in. Do you have a channel? Maybe Jeff has already asked you that. Another new coronavirus variant has been identified. This one containing elements of Delta and Omicron. Boo! Yeah, none of us are in control, right? Let's explore Bangkok. I mean, we just got to roll with it. Jeff says he's seen that. Guys, I don't have a full battery this morning. That's why I wasn't planning on going very long. Try to catch up with you guys here. Does not sound good. Thanks, Sue. Yeah, everybody keeping it. It's up to you. You don't think they will open nightlife in July? Yeah, I think no sooner than July. As far as outside the blue zones, it's up to you. I mean, they came out, you know, you can hear it with your own ears. The statement is basically Thailand moving to the endemic phase, right? No sooner than July. So to me, that pretty much says if you're currently in orange zone, most likely it's going to be July before any restrictions change. Now, it's up to you. There's still nightlife right across the border in Chonburi. They sell alcohol till 9 p.m. and open till 11. So when you guys are here, we'd take a short little drive and, you know, and there are areas, there are places in Rayong, okay, but it's all secret, you know, it's all, you know, beer in a cup and stuff. So it's not like you can just go party and not have to worry about, oh shit, what happens if they get raided, right? So you know when you're in an orange zone, you might find a place where you can sit down, have a cocktail, everything's on the down low, and kudos to them. We're not going to do that. We're an entertainment club, right? I mean, you can't hide it, right? Anyway, but we can still go to Chonburi. There's still nightlife available. It's up to you. So don't, please. I know it's kind of depressing for you because you'd like to see the open mic completely open, and it's so much fun there, guys. It's such a family-oriented, you know, nightclub. It's really, I mean, to listen to different people sing in multiple languages and just chill out, it's great. Teddy Bear, thanks for coming in. Say hey, Triple T. Hey, Teddy Bear. Tyron, good morning. Hey, Tyron, how's the ankle? You guys that don't know, Tyron has got an issue with an injury currently. Bonchong had such a small mall, and yeah, this will be a channel next year. Okay, I was going to say with that title, that makes sense. Let's explore Bangkok 2023. Looking forward to some good Bangkok footage. Yeah, now we've got a big mall. It's nice, very nice mall. I'll be bringing you a video soon. Have Legs in the house. Hey, buddy, good to see you. You guys don't know him. You'll find him. You'll see him at Nick Dean's stuff quite a bit. He's not a vlogger. Him and I are friends on Facebook, and we've met several times. Great, great guy. One-legged, right? He's got one prosthetic. But anyway, Have Leg, good to see you, mate. Hope you're well. Appreciate it, man. Great guy. Great guy. Have Leg in Thailand. He's awesome. Look forward to seeing you again, mate. And he's got a great looking Thai lady, too. Lucky man in Thailand. Teddy Bear Kumiko. Hello, Kumiko Inshara. Hello. Good morning. I'm not normally awake this early. Ha ha ha. Woke up at 4 and popped into Wombat for some breakfast. Awesome. Yeah, Wombat got some good breakfast up there. Jeff Johnson, yes, not a problem. I've not had much on lately. Well, I didn't even know you had a YouTube channel. I knew you put videos and stuff on Facebook quite a bit. There's the channel, guys. Have Leg in Thailand. Great guy. AZ's in the house. Good morning, AZ. Jeff AZ's got, it's kind of his in a collaborative channel called Global Talk FM. I've been tuning into it a little bit, and I'm probably going to go on the panel and get involved in some discussions there. But AZ is kind of a big driving factor behind the platform of Global FM, and they do discuss a lot of things related to Thailand. But I noticed that what they don't do is talk shit on other channels, right? So it's pretty no drama, right? They come from what I've experienced so far. So Jeff, you can check that out, Global FM. Thanks for coming in, AZ. Sean T, good morning, Thailand. Just past midnight in the UK. I'm having a beer and wishing I was there. Thanks, Sean T. Appreciate you coming in. Cheers to the English. Have a good night. We will be back in 2023. Don't want to be a lab rat. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Oh, AZ says good day. There's AZ. Thank you, Jeff. AZ's got a lot going on YouTube. Tore a ligament. Okay, well, I knew Tyron said he's going to have to go for an MRI, but yeah, just tearing ligaments, man, it can cause a lot of that swelling. All right, I'm caught up. Tyron, bummer. Okay. Tough to you, good day. All right, I'm caught up with the chat, guys. Thanks so much. How long we been streaming? I know that I didn't have a full battery because of all that URL madness this morning. I wasn't able to find the same link that I created, so I had the camera running a long time before I actually went live. Thank you, Jeff. Pain ain't nothing but weakness leaving the body. That's a great way to look at it. Pain ain't nothing but weakness leaving the body. It's kind of the whole thing, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? I can attest to that, man. I've been dealing with high pain levels since about 2012 that I never had before in my life. But that's basically my motivation to come to Thailand, was because I had a devastating medical situation, turn of events, changed my life. Diagnosed with a very rare autoimmune disease. So my antibodies are attacking my nerves, thus causing me a lot of neuropathy and pain and fibromyalgia. And there's no cure, right? A little bit of treatments, but basically at the end of the day, they send you to pain management, which I was reluctant to do. But after 3 years of chasing doctors, and I went all the way to the Mayo Clinic in Scottsdale, Arizona, to see neuromuscular specialists, right? Like the guys at the top of the chain, not just your average neurologist, but these guys, even those guys, I mean, they could do the test, they could see the nerve damage, but as far as treatment, you know, or remission, or, yeah, it's just nothing. So I did end up taking opioids for probably the better part of a year. You know, I had me on OxyContin and methadone, and it worked. Whoa. You take away that pain, and I was able to function a lot better. But then I come to Thailand, and I had a goal to get off of them, because I don't like addiction for something like that. And you know all the side effects, and it slows your digestive system down. So, but it did prove to me that my disability is like 90% pain. Because when you take away those pain levels, man, I'm down squatting at the riverbank with my kids fishing, or grandkids, you know. I'm like doing all this stuff, and my daughters are like, Dad, do you realize what you're doing, right? Because these are things that I wasn't able to do, but it was the pain that was keeping me from it. It's not like Tyron's got torn ligaments, right? That's preventing him from, I didn't have any injury, but the pain was there. So, you know, it's like Tyron's not going to be able to walk on that foot, because every time he does, boom, there's sensation of pain, right? So he has to do, right? So it's amazing when I got on the narcotics and got the pain relief, actual real pain management, it worked. But it's not worth it, not worth it. So, but living in a tropical country with consistent, you know, climate year round, I mean, this is freaking hot season now, guys. We're in the middle of March. So from now till May is the hottest time of year in Thailand. I mean, basically 100 degrees Fahrenheit every day, high humidities. I mean, scorcher, right? That's why Songkran, they have the big water festivals, you know, ride around on a scooter and they dump ice water on you. I mean, it's because it's the hottest time of the year. You know, that's mid-April is Thai's New Year. That's the Thai New Year. And